and he's seen all these kids with spinal cord injury getting better. And so our product is we were able to figure out which cells work, which umbilical cords give cells that are really useful, and which ones aren't. So we throw away the vast majority of the umbilical cords that we get.
How can you tell?
Well, we had the advantage of having thousands of cases, and I'll give you an example of one case of a football coach from Dallas, where I live. And he had diagnosed with MS. He was in and out of a wheelchair, was on, basically out. And he was out on disability and retired from a very successful 3-time state champion in Texas. That's really saying something. And he came down in 2010 for the first treatment, and we gave him the treatment, and he got much better. He improved for about 14 months. And then he came back again in 2011 and got another treatment, improved not as much as the first time. And he came down in 2012, and boom, all of his symptoms were gone. And now he's back coaching, and he is completely normal. He's probably, he's a bit junior. He's a bit younger than me, but he's probably healthier than me. I mean, the guy works out all the time. He's out there in the field. He doesn't have any heat intolerance, doesn't have any problems. So I wanted to know, what's the difference between those cells in 2012 and the ones in 2011 and the ones in 2010? And then we took other cases similar to that, where we'd had less than spectacular results. I mean, they were still good results, but they weren't, ba-boom. And so we took cells from those different lots, and we grew them up, and then we had them analyzed for 1,200 different molecules that they express. And we found that these cells, we call them our golden cells because they just seem to work all the time. And we found that they underexpress certain proteins. And then, so early on in the culture process, we can select for those and say, hey, these are golden cells, these aren't, throw them out. So we throw a whole bunch out, and we keep the golden cells, and then we grow those up, and those are the only cells that we use. So that's the big difference.
In the meantime, a lot of people are probably suffering from some pretty significant injuries that they could deal with that far easier if this could somehow or another be sped up.
I absolutely agree with that, yeah.